Hey there. So this is our first Nichadam Haven fig. It's a second-year tree, and it's supposed to be really cold hardy, Adriatic. I think most Adriatics are cold hardy, I think. It's got a real small eye. It's the New York fig lover, something like that, who advertised it. Said that it grows in ground in zone 6 in New York, uncovered. I imagine that it's probably next to a building or something like that, so it has some residual heat and a microenvironment, but he claims that it's very cold hardy, and it's a cross between, like, taste between Nichadam Blanc and some other fig. So we're going to find out ourselves. So let's weigh it. This is on the smaller side. I've got several ripening and they already look like they're bigger than this. 25 grams. Let me cut into it. Let's, come on. All right. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Can you see that? Looks, oops. Looks amazing. Yum. I think. Let's see. Wow. It reminds me of my strawberry verte. Wow, that's strawberry raspberry. I don't think there's a thickness to it, but I know that the Nichadams are much thicker than this. Wow, it's really good for a first fig. Unbelievable. And this is supposed to, I'm sure, get better. So I'll wait before posting this video and see if I can add the second or third one on here and let you know if the taste has changed. But ants were all over this thing, and I know that's a gross concept, but that tells me that it's on the, like, that should tell you that it's incredibly sweet, because they sense that sugar in there. And they were all over. They would not leave this thing alone. Every time I went out there, I was brushing the ants off. Really good, guys. Really good. Very sweet, minimal seed crunch. The skin is on the leathery side, but, you know, I love that for texture, because it just adds to the flavor, to the texture and everything. It's very sweet. Juicy, thick, intense sweetness, raspberry, strawberry, beautiful. Really, really good. Wow, Nichadam Haven. Okay, we've got our Nichadam Haven. This one has ripened up really nicely on the tree. The skin at the top has gotten wrinkly, so that's what makes me believe I've let it go for a good amount of time. They've all been cracking because I just believe that because this is the first time it's really ripened its fruit for me. I went a little bit late this year. It's in the greenhouse, and they're all splitting on me, but I don't think that's normal. It's just conditions this year. Next year, I believe it's going to be much better. There's the eye. And so this is an Adriatic Nichadam Haven. It's supposed to be really, really cold hardy and very delicious. So let's give it a taste. I've heard the gentleman that I bought it from mention that this has, it's like a cross between Col de Dame Blanc and something else. And so if it's got any kind of Col de Dame thickness and density, I'll be really, really happy about it. So let's cut into it and check. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Holy moly. The pulp is all the way to the skin, for goodness sakes. Oh my god. I don't know. It looks promising. Right? Jeez, that looks amazing. It looks like it's got seed crunch in there. The skin will probably be a little bit on the leathery side, but you guys, if you don't know that about me already, I love that. So, okay. Moment of truth. Let's take a bite and see what it tastes like. Seed crunch, berry flavor, medium sweetness, moderate sweet. Wow. Not too much flavor, to be honest. I love it. I think the texture is really nice. I know that it will get a ton of sweetness if it were to have a little bit more sun. Where the sun is coming up at like 7 a.m. now, and it's setting at 5 p.m. So it's not too much. It's not getting too much sun anymore. So it's not too sweet. Wow, it's really nice though. It's such a delicious fruit. You know, I'm not disappointed. It kind of tastes like raspberry, strawberry. And sweetness is like, if you had a raspberry that was this sweet or a strawberry this sweet, you'd be very happy with it. You'd be like, oh wow, these are pretty good. But I'm expecting more sweetness from my figs, I think is the factor here. I'm just expecting, like the way that it looked like jammy and it was going to be really sweet. So I'm just shocked that it's not as sweet as it looked. That's all. But it's really good. And I know that these flavors will continue to develop. This is only a second-year tree. It's really prolific. It gave me a ton of figs last year, but I didn't have the greenhouse, so they did not ripen. This year, it gave me several figs. I didn't have it in the best situation. I had it in a fabric pot. It was drying out really quickly. I wasn't feeding it enough water. And so it was very unhappy with me. I got probably a D- if it were able to grade me as a grower. Not out of effort or will, but just because, you know, every year you're learning something new. And so yeah, I got a D- growing this fig. And so it delayed giving me any figs. And when it finally did, they're ripening in winter, basically. I mean, November, mid-November. So, early November, okay? But that's our issue here. But I think it's got potential. So that's the Nichadam Haven, guys. I take that back. I just had the bottom piece. It was really sweet. I think it was just the top that was not sweet for me. But that last bite was really sweet. I'm like, what am I even talking about? Really good, honestly. All right, Nichadam Haven.